For years, accounting firms have been taught to grow in a straight line. More revenue, more clients, more team members, and if something breaks along the way, fix it as you go. But here's what we've seen over and over again across firms of every size. Growth isn't the problem. Misaligned growth is. What's been missing is understanding where you are in your firm's life cycle and what that actually requires from you. That's where the Orange Impact Lab zoning system comes in. We've identified 5 distinct zones that every firm operates within. Zone 1, idle, the gray zone, low engagement, minimal output. Zone 2, comfortable, the blue zone, the firm is stable but stagnant. Zone 3, challenged, the green zone. This is where most firms think they want to stay. High efficiency, strong teamwork, consistent results. Zone 4, performance, the orange zone. Now you're pushing, scaling, innovating, stretch goals are in play, accountability is strong, the firm is evolving. And finally, Zone 5, overdrive, the red zone. This is where things start to break and fall apart. Overextension, the crisis mode, aggressive scaling without support. You'll see turnover, burnout, even quality decline. And here's the key insight. Despite of how some of them sound, no zone is bad. Every zone has a purpose. The problem is not being in a zone. The problem is staying in a zone past its purpose. What we see all the time are firms trying to scale while still operating in comfort, or pushing growth without a stable foundation, or sitting in high performance too long without evolving into the next phase. That's where frustration comes from, where margin compression happens. That's where partners burn out because they're solving the wrong problems for the wrong zone. The zoning system gives you something most firms have never had: clarity on which zone you're in, what matters right now, what must change to move to the next level. Because each zone has a life cycle. There's a point where you've achieved what the zone was meant to give you. And if you don't recognize that moment, you either overextend or you stall out. And ultimately, what high-performing firms should learn to do is this: to not live in one zone more or less than you should, to ultimately move intentionally between Zone 3, the green zone, and Zone 4, the orange zone, like controlled breathing during a workout. Because in any form of real performance, you excel during the hardest part, the exertion, the push, the strain, and you inhale during the release, the reset, the recovery, the control. Zone 4, the orange zone, is the exertion, the push, the stretch. That's where you exhale. In Zone 3, that's the green zone. It is the control, the stabilization. That's where you inhale. In the rhythm between the two, that's where sustainable scale actually happens. What we do inside of Orange Impact Lab is help firms identify their current zone, understand the purpose of that zone, and systematically transition to the next without chaos, without guesswork, and without burning out the team. This isn't about doing more. It's about doing what actually matters when it matters. So the question isn't, how do we grow? The real question is, are we operating in the right zone for the firm we're trying to become? And if not, that's the gap. That's the missing piece.